Hello, I am Sofia. Welcome back to Her Logic, the place where we peel back the complex layers of human behavior together to find the raw, sometimes uncomfortable truth about attraction and inner peace. Before we begin, I want you to do something very simple. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale very slowly, because what I am about to share today is not a quick flirting trick. It is a truth that needs to be received in stillness. There is a very common mistake I often see in successful men, especially when they have entered the mature season of life, meaning after 40, 50, or 60 years of age. They believe that their attractiveness is directly proportional to the brilliance of their gifts, the glamour of their social status, or the showy gestures used to display power. They mistakenly believe that women are drawn to noise. But the uncomfortable truth is this: the most enduring form of attraction never comes from noisy things. It comes from stillness. A mature woman, the woman you truly want to keep by your side for life, is not looking for a man who can buy the whole world for her. She is looking for a man with enough self-respect to never lose himself, and enough serenity to become a harbor for her soul. A survey about marriage showed that about 64% of adults believe that sharing responsibility and expressing daily appreciation are the core elements of a happy relationship, not dramatic performances, and not extravagant spending. Today, we are not going to talk about how to flirt. We are going to analyze quiet masculinity, the silent power that makes you truly irreplaceable in the eyes of a woman who is worthy of you. Please sit back comfortably and let us go inward together. Before we go into each specific sign, we need to understand a little about how the brain works. Because if you do not understand the why, you will only imitate behaviors mechanically, and women, with intuition sharpened by thousands of years of evolution, will notice it immediately. First, there is the story of two hormones, dopamine and oxytocin. Grand gestures, showy declarations of love, expensive gifts, all of these stimulate dopamine, the hormone of instant excitement. It is like a sugar rush. It arrives very fast, and it leaves just as fast. After that rush comes the emptiness. On the other hand, the subtle and consistent behaviors we are about to discuss activate oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and trust. This is the biological glue that creates the feeling of safety and the feeling of belonging together. This is what keeps two people side by side, not for a few months, but for decades. Second, the female brain has a mechanism called selective attention that is extremely sensitive to signals of safety. In evolutionary psychology, women are wired to seek partners with the ability to protect, not only physical protection, but far more importantly, protection of emotional stability. When you remain calm in situations where others panic, when you keep your voice steady in the middle of an argument, when you do not react impulsively to provocation, you are broadcasting what psychologists call a costly signal. It tells the world, I have enough inner resources to control every storm. And nothing is more attractive than that to a woman mature enough to understand the real value of a man. Sign number 1. Grooming yourself out of self-respect, not out of performance. There are two extremes that older men often fall into. One is letting go completely, neglecting themselves, believing that at this age there is nothing left to care for. The other is trying to dress far too flashy, chasing the trends of the young in an attempt to hold on to something already gone. Both are mistakes. The right behavior lies in the middle, maintaining neatness, tidiness, and a style that fits who you truly are. Psychologically, a woman looks at your grooming not to judge your fashion. She sees it as a signal of your self-respect, because if you cannot honor your own body and your own image, her brain automatically asks the question, will this man truly honor me? This is what psychologists call impression management, a healthy form of affirming that you are a disciplined person. My advice is this: treat exercising your health, dressing tidily, keeping yourself clean and put together as a way of protecting your own worth, not to impress anyone. Inner peace is priceless, and it begins the moment you look in the mirror and feel satisfied with the man standing there. Sign number 2. Touch that offers support. Think of a hand resting lightly on her back as the two of you walk through a crowd, a gentle squeeze of her hand when she is worried. an arm placed on her shoulder when she has just received bad news. This is not possessive touching. This is touch that communicates presence. Physiologically, these gestures regulate her nervous system. They reduce the level of cortisol, the stress hormone, and raise oxytocin. She feels she has an emotional safety zone right beside you without you having to say a single word. My advice is this: never rush. Slow, calm movements always bring a stronger feeling of protection than muscular strength ever could. A steady hand says far more than a tight embrace given in panic. Sign number 3, listening to understand, absolutely not to fix. This is perhaps the biggest and most common weakness in men. When a woman shares a problem, what is a man's instinct? To offer a solution right away. You should do this. You have to do that. Your problem is actually very simple. Do you know what is truly happening inside her heart when you do that? She feels she is not being heard. She feels her pain has been dismissed. And worse, she will slowly stop sharing with you at all. The right behavior is this: simply listen, maintain eye contact, nod when it is right, and ask open questions like, "How did you feel about that?" Or, "What happened after that?" Active listening activates the reward system in the brain of the person speaking. When you do not interrupt, she feels acknowledged, she feels validated, and that feeling creates a bond deeper than any wise piece of advice you could ever give. Remember this: you are not an engineer sent to repair her soul. You are a companion walking beside her. Sign number 4, building a love map from the small details. You remember the name of the cat she had as a child. You know exactly the type of tea she likes to drink when it rains. You remember her mother's birthday. You know what she fears in the dark. In relationship psychology, especially in the research work of Dr. John Gottman, this is called building a love map. It shows that you keep a priority space in your mind reserved for her. Women appreciate this deeply because it proves that your attention is not something borrowed only during the courtship phase. It is a real investment, one that endures over time. Attention is the highest form of love. Let her see that in this noisy world, full of distractions, you still choose to hold on to the small pieces that belong to her. Sign number 5, maintaining calm and consistency. When conflict arises, and it will absolutely arise in any relationship, you often face 2 common wrong choices: exploding with anger or withdrawing into silence. Both of them cause damage. The right behavior is this: choose calm dialogue. If you were wrong, apologize honestly. If you need time, say it clearly. "I need a few minutes to think, and then we will keep talking." Consistency is far more trustworthy than perfection. A man who can control his own emotions shows cognitive maturity. And women are powerfully drawn to a man who can create a safety net, a place where she does not have to live in fear of impulsive reactions or unpredictable outbursts of anger. Protect your own inner peace first. Only then can you protect the relationship. Never let a moment of anger destroy the self-respect and the worth that you have built up over so long. Sign number 6, acknowledging the small daily efforts. Do not wait for a birthday or an anniversary to express appreciation. Do it every single day. "Thank you for dinner. I know how hard you worked on this project. Our home feels warm because of you." Gratitude carries a magical kind of power. It transforms ordinary daily interactions into something sacred. It reinforces positive behavior in her, and it creates a kind of goodwill capital in the relationship. Capital you can draw upon during the hard days. A sincere sentence, spoken at the right moment, holds more power than an expensive gift bought in a hurry with no feeling behind it. Sign number 7, respecting her boundaries and her independence. You encourage her to pursue her own interests. You support her seeing friends without you tagging along. You give her a quiet space to be alone when she needs it. A man who is truly confident in his own worth will never feel threatened by the independence of the woman beside him. On the contrary, he celebrates it. Respecting her boundaries shows that you do not own her. You cherish her. And this prevents emotional exhaustion. One of the most common reasons why relationships that seemed strong collapse after many years. The most enduring love is not 2 people leaning on each other in order to survive. It is when 2 independent beings, full and complete within themselves, Choose each other every day. Sign number 8. Admitting mistakes without making excuses. When you are wrong, simply say, I was wrong. I am sorry. I will learn from this. Full stop. No but. No blaming circumstances. No offering excuses. Many men think that admitting a mistake is a sign of weakness. That is a serious misunderstanding. Vulnerability here is not weakness. It is strength of character. It shatters the selfish ego and builds true trust. A man who dares to take responsibility is a man with the highest emotional intelligence and the greatest trustworthiness. Do not fear losing face. You truly lose face only when you deliberately hide your own shortcomings. And believe me, she always sees them. Sign number 9. Being present with your whole heart and mind. When you are beside her, put your phone away. Do not glance at the screen. Do not let your mind wander back to work. Look into her eyes. Truly be there. Presence is one of the strongest pillars of attraction. It sends a powerful message without a single word. Right here, right now, you are the most important thing to me. On the other hand, divided attention is a subtle form of disrespect that many men fail to notice. When you talk with her while scrolling on your phone, you are telling her, you are not important enough for me to give my full attention. In this era of endless distraction, your undivided presence is the most luxurious gift you can offer. Rule number 10. The emotional safety zone. And now, I need you to pause. Please listen very carefully, because this is the deepest lesson, the turning point that has the power to completely change how you think about attraction. The 9 signs we have just walked through are all important, but they are only outer expressions. The core, the thing that makes a man irreplaceable, is not how many items you can check off from the list above. It is this question: do you have the ability to become the emotional regulator for her? In neuropsychology, we know that the nervous systems of two people who are close to each other always interact and blend. This phenomenon is called co-regulation. If you are a man who always holds inner stillness, even when the world around her is falling apart, even when she is crying, angry, or afraid, your nervous system will automatically soothe her nervous system. She does not love you for what you have. She loves you for how you make her feel when she is beside you. The ultimate attraction of a mature man is the ability to create an emotional safety zone. It is an invisible space, a place where a woman can take off every mask, set down every burden she must carry in the outside world, and simply be herself. She can do that because she knows, deeply and without needing proof, that you are steady enough not to judge her, generous enough to understand her, and self-respecting enough to never waver, no matter how vulnerable she becomes. When you reach this state, you no longer have to try to be attractive. You simply are attraction itself. Your quiet masculinity becomes a natural magnet, drawing in peace, beauty, and deep loyalty. At this point, I am very curious to know, to the men who are listening to Sofia right now, from what state or country are you tuning in today? Please leave a comment below. I always treasure your presence in this small but high-quality community. And if today's analysis has touched something deep inside you, if you feel you are ready to cultivate stillness in order to protect your own self-respect, please comment the code word loyal. That is how we recognize each other, the loyal viewers, the ones who truly value intelligence and emotional stability on this journey. Dear friends, the journey of becoming a truly attractive man is, at its essence, the journey of coming home to yourself. It is not a journey of searching for someone out there. It is a journey of going inward. Never trade your personal identity for company that does not deserve you. Never lower your own value just to hold on to someone who does not truly see you. Your purpose in life is not to please everyone around you. It is to live a meaningful life, a disciplined life, and a life full of self-respect. A man who knows his own worth clearly will never have to chase anyone. The world will naturally begin to orbit around the axis of confidence and stillness that you create. Remember this: inner peace is priceless, and you are the one who builds it, inside your own heart, and inside the heart of the woman lucky enough to stand beside you. Goodbye for now. I am Sofia, of Her Logic. I will see you again in the next analysis, in stillness.